Okay, we really need to talk about the lazy Jennie nonsense because, oh my god, again.
The key to my destiny. But I still hold the key to my destiny.
You have no idea how far we have fallen as a community. The things you guys be doing in 2025 made me question if you guys forget about past lessons or enjoy being weird. Let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Why are stans acting like Jennie Kim personally keyed their car and blocked their bias on Instagram? Because ever since BlackPink's Deadline World Tour hit, y'all have been moving like unpaid detectives trying to build a villain arc out of thin air. You've got conspiracy boards, you're zooming in on blurry screenshots, dissecting her expressions like you're on CSI K-pop edition. It's giving desperation. It's giving I need a personality, so I chose hating Jennie. And look, I get it. Jennie is the girl everyone watches. Whether she's breathing, blinking, or standing still, people either worship her or wish she'd fall off the stage. There's no in-between. But during this tour, the way people twisted normal stage moments into full-blown scandals, you'd think she came out dressed as the Joker. Hello again, Rosieries, both old and new to the channel. Today we're breaking down exactly why some of y'all are reaching Olympic-level stretches to paint Jennie as the villain of 2025. The real problem might not be her. Buckle up, because I've got opinions and zero filter. Okay, we really need to talk about the lazy Jennie nonsense because, oh my god. Again, it's 2025, and somehow, the internet still hasn't evolved past this weak narrative. At this point, if Jennie so much as breathes differently on stage, it's a global headline. Breaking. Jennie stops dancing for 3 seconds. Is BlackPink over? Like, be serious. During the Deadline World Tour, she had moments where she paused, adjusted her mic pack, or, God forbid, breathed. And the internet had a full-blown meltdown. Some of y'all were acting like she committed treason. But let's be real. Performing in stadiums with crazy acoustics, faulty sound systems, and a stage the size of an airport runway? That's not easy. Artists need to recalibrate. Beyoncé does it. Ariana does it. But when Jennie does it, suddenly she's the final boss in a rhythm game y'all can't beat? I get it, Jennie is an inconsistent performer, and she does deserve criticism. But it seems like stans are waiting for the right moment to drag her, like they are constantly watching her, to see if she would make a mistake so they can attack. And look, I'm not here to silence anyone. I fully expect people to have different opinions when it comes to an artist's performance. That's normal. We all perceive things differently, and not every criticism is hate. But sometimes, especially with Jennie, stans take things and blow them way out of proportion. Like, y'all turn a small moment into a scandal, and suddenly it's trending on Twitter like she robbed a bank mid-performance. I know some of you will probably listen to this and think, no real artist would act like Jennie did, or we need to stop babying her. And listen, I get that perspective. I'm actually one of those people who does call Jennie out when she's inconsistent. I've criticized her before, when I felt like the performance wasn't up to par. So this isn't coming from blind loyalty or delusion. But there's a point where it stops being constructive and starts being obsessive. Some stans are way too comfortable dragging her over every little thing, and it's always Jennie. No matter what she does, pause for a second, fix her mic, tie a shoe, blink too slow. She becomes the punching bag of K-pop discourse. It's like people are waiting to pounce on her just to feel superior for 2 minutes online. The truth is, Jennie's actually been really energetic throughout the tour. The majority of her performances have been on point, full of charisma and professional. That one time she paused, it clearly looked like she was having a technical issue. It wasn't laziness. It wasn't disrespect. It was a normal live performance moment that got twisted out of context. At some point, we have to draw the line between holding idols accountable and straight up demonizing them. If we want to have honest conversations about stage quality, that's fair. But let's not pretend like one hiccup defines her entire work ethic. Especially when other idols have similar moments and don't get half the hate. Jennie's not perfect, and she doesn't have to be, but this constant narrative that she's lazy, rude, or attention-seeking, that's tired. And honestly, it says more about stan culture than it does about her. It's giving, I've never seen a concert before, energy. The funniest part? People love editing out the 90% where she's killing the choreo and sounding flawless live. Nope. Let's zoom into that 1 second she fixed her mic pack. Let's pretend that's her entire energy during the concert. Some stans were out here posting grainy fan cams like they were filing police evidence. Look, she moves too slowly. Like, be for real. And let's be real. A good chunk of this hate is just projection. They expect Jennie to be perfect every single millisecond because she's Jennie. It's not about standards, it's about obsession. Other idols trip, take breathers, and make minor mistakes, but nobody's making Twitter threads over it. Jennie does it, and suddenly she's the face of K-pop laziness? Nah, that's not critique. It's a witch hunt. People don't want to talk about how she still delivered energy, charisma, and the kind of stage presence most idols can only dream of. Jennie can be standing still and still outshine half the lineup. Okay, I admit that was an exaggeration, but she's entertaining to watch when she gives her absolute best. That's why they're mad. The standard is so high for her that normal human moments get treated like scandals. But it's not her fault y'all are looking for drama in high resolution. So yeah, I'm over the lazy Jennie narrative. It's tired. It's reaching. And most of all, it exposes how desperate some stans are to villainize someone who's just trying to perform under pressure. We can all accept constructive criticism when that criticism is valid, and not hate disguised as criticism as a means of tearing her down. That's where I draw the line. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Jennie! Oh, Jennie again! No, seriously, stans, y'all need to stop with the big villain narrative y'all ran with in 2025. Jennie was rude to staff during the Deadline tour. Oh yes. That one clip of her boot malfunction in Goyang? It sent the K-pop internet into DEFCON -1. All because she motioned for a staff member to help with her shoe mid-performance. Some of y'all acted like she spit on someone. Now be honest. If it was another idol, or literally anyone else, people would say, wow, look at her professionalism. She handled that wardrobe malfunction like a queen. But when Jennie does it, oh no, suddenly she's the Regina George of K-pop. People were saying she scolded the staff when she literally just pointed down and mouthed something like, it's loose. What was she supposed to do? Bake them cookies while trying to perform? She was in the middle of a live performance, and you could clearly see she was trying to get the staff's attention to fix her shoes over a loud, screaming crowd. She had to use hand gestures just to be understood, because let's be real, no one's hearing full sentences in that chaos. And honestly, she didn't even look angry. She looked frustrated. Her part was coming up, her shoes were clearly giving her trouble, and she didn't want it to mess up the performance. So let me ask you something. What would you do if you were in Jennie's position? You're in front of thousands of people, you can't stop the show, and your footwear is fighting for its life. Are you going to sweetly whisper to someone across the stage, or are you going to act fast and direct? The staff are literally there to assist the girls. That's their job. Expecting Jennie to put on a polite show while low-key panicking over her costume mid-set is just unrealistic. She handled it the best way she could in the moment. Concerts are chaos. Things break, boots unstrap, hair gets caught in earrings. Artists don't have time to sit and negotiate every hiccup with a smile and a bow. If a staff member needs to hop in and fix something, they do it fast. And yes, sometimes artists have to direct them. That's not rude. That's leadership. That's knowing what needs to happen in the middle of a high-stakes show. But instead, people made it a Jennie treats staff poorly narrative. Based on what? A 5-second clip with no audio? Be so serious. Do y'all want her to perform? Or do you want her to stop mid-set and say, "Excuse me, bestie, would you mind lovingly caressing my foot and adjusting my boot with affirmations?" Like, huh? What's wild is the double standard. We've seen male idols literally yell at staff on stage or ignore them, and no one bats an eye. But Jennie makes a hand gesture, and it's World War III in the comments. It's giving misogyny with a sprinkle of stan delusion. She's a performer, not a pageant contestant. She's allowed to have serious moments, focused expressions, and even gasp, boundaries. Not every moment has to be fan servicey or smiley. And if you're interpreting basic human assertiveness as rude, that says more about you than it does about her. At this point, stans are just inventing things to be mad at. Jennie doesn't have to play the soft, sweet idol 24/7 to be respected. She's somewhat professional, direct, and knows how to handle a stage malfunction in 2 seconds flat. That's not rude. And what's even more ironic, the same staff that y'all were so busy defending actually came out and defended Jennie during this whole clown show. Like, you're fighting battles no one asked for, while the people involved are out here clearing the air themselves. And before y'all jump in with, well, she's just being professional, she doesn't want to make the situation look bad or throw Jennie under the bus. Let's be real for a second. If Jennie had actually disrespected or mistreated her, professionalism wouldn't stop the truth from coming out, especially in this era where everything goes viral and people speak up more than ever. The fact that the staff still publicly defended her says a lot. It means the situation wasn't as deep or disrespectful as stands tried to make it. Sometimes, the narrative online is just louder than the reality. Now this one had the whole internet on life support, the LA bikini top moment. Y'all know exactly which performance I'm talking about. Jennie unzipped her crop jacket mid-dance to reveal her stage wear underneath, and social media spiraled into moral panic mode. She's desperate for attention? This is inappropriate. What happened to classy idols? Okay, first of all, calm down. She wasn't streaking down Rodeo Drive, she was performing, in a bikini top, on a summer tour. Literally every Western pop girl has done this 10 times over, but when Jennie does it, suddenly it's a global emergency? Y'all really gave her a scarlet letter, because she had the nerve to own her body on her own stage. And let's not pretend it wasn't calculated. It was fashion, it was fierce, and it was on brand. Jennie has always walked that line between sweet and sultry. She's not just an idol anymore, she's a brand. She's grown, she's expressive, she's experimental. And that moment? That wasn't a desperate cry for attention. That was a woman owning her image on her own terms. What's even funnier is that the same people calling her desperate are probably the ones begging their faves to be more bold and show more confidence. But the second Jennie takes charge of the stage in a bold way, they scream scandal. Be serious. Be consistent. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, you are allowed to feel that way, but dragging her for it was doing too much. Guys, come on! It wasn't a big deal, alright, I promise. We've seen worse, oh yes. We've seen way worse to the point where we wish we didn't, but here we are. Also desperate? Y'all are so used to idols being stuck in this cookie-cutter image of purity that any ounce of confidence gets labeled as attention-seeking. Jennie didn't flash, y'all. She performed. You don't like it? That's fine. But let's not act like she committed a felony. She made a fashion choice, not a federal one. And you know what? It worked. The crowd screamed, the clip went viral, and the fashion girls were living. But of course, some K-pop Puritans saw it and hit the panic button. Think of the children. Girl, your 10-year-old cousin is watching TikTok thirst traps. Jennie isn't the issue. So yeah, calling Jennie desperate for showing confidence on her stage, during her tour, in an outfit she approved? That's not critique, that's projection. If her confidence threatens you that much, maybe it's not her being too much. Maybe it's you not being enough. Y'all need to understand that Jennie is nearly 30 now. She's a grown woman, not some toddler fresh out of training. And the top that Jennie wore wasn't even scandalous. Like, it wasn't some jaw-dropping wardrobe shocker. It was a bikini-style performance piece that looked high fashion and clean. If any Western artist wore that exact outfit, nobody would flinch. In fact, people wouldn't care. But because it's Jennie, and because she's in K-pop, suddenly it becomes a morality debate. Y'all act like she rolled out in lingerie at a kid's birthday party, when she literally just unzipped a jacket mid-performance. The double standard is wild. The real issue isn't what she wore. It's that people still want female idols to dress bold but not too bold, sexy but not too sexy, confident but still apologetic about it. And Jennie doesn't play by that rule book. And that's exactly why people get uncomfortable. So after all that, was Jennie ever the villain? Or did y'all just need someone to blame for your own unrealistic expectations? She stops mid-performance. She's lazy. She tells staff what she needs. She's rude. She unzips a crop top. She's desperate. Like, what are we doing here? Jennie's not the problem. Stan culture is. Some of y'all built your whole online personality around waiting for her to slip up so you can go viral off a hate tweet. But here's the thing. She's not slipping. You're just spiraling. Every time she breathes, she proves she doesn't need your approval to shine. And to the people who get it, the blinks, the neutral fans, the ones who see through the noise, you already know what's up. Jennie isn't the villain of 2025. She's just a mirror, reflecting back everything people can't handle in a confident woman with power, style, and stage presence. That's not a villain. That's a problem, but only if you're insecure. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you've seen this narrative play out on your feed too. Have stans gone too far? Or is it just Jennie being Jennie, and people can't take it? Just to be clear, everything I talked about in this video were things that, in my opinion, weren't even worth dragging Jennie over. These situations were blown way out of proportion, and some of y'all turned minor moments into headline-level drama. And listen, I know the essays are coming. I know some of you are already drafting your 10-paragraph rebuttals in the comments, and that's fine. I'm open to hearing different takes. Just keep it respectful, alright? We can disagree without turning the comment section into a war zone. Hit that like button if you're tired of the fake outrage, and subscribe for more brutally honest takes just like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell rosieries to get more content. Until next time, you classy troublemakers, defend your faves, but don't lose your common sense in the process. Bye!